Start the recording and welcome everybody. 7th March, we are back to our mindfulness book reading by Thich Nhat Hanh. Silence, the power of quiet in world full of noise. It's not a promotion of the book, the author, the religion. In fact, we are very skeptically reading this and trying out to do things on our own while we read that. So we test the waters here and now and see what it means for us. So as always, I invite you first to arrive fully, and for that, find a comfortable position. Start with the biggest exhale that you can, and with your eyes closed or softly focus. Tell yourself that I am here. Physically and mentally, I am here. And I am free. Free from the pain of the past and anxieties of the future. In this moment, I am free. And with that freedom, I hear. And then we slowly open our eyes and come back fully to the session. Feel the space in which your body is sitting currently, and feel the space in which your mind and your thoughts are. And with that, let us start reading the next chapter, the chapter 2. Last time we read the practice nourishing part. Today we read the chapter 2, which is the radio. He says non-stop thinking. He says there is a radio station called NST, non-stop thinking. Even if we are not talking with others, reading, listening to radio, watching television, or interacting online, most of us don't feel settled or quiet. This is because we are still tuned into the internal radio station called Radio NST, the non-stop thinking. Even when we are sitting still, with no external stimuli, an endless internal dialogue may be going on in our head. We are constantly consuming our thoughts. Cows, goats, and buffaloes chew their food, swallow it, and then regurgitate and rechew it multiple times. We may not be cows or buffaloes, but we ruminate just the same on our thoughts. This is what he says is unfortunate. Primarily, we are ruminating on negative thoughts. We eat them and then we bring them up to chew again and again, like a cow chewing its cud. We need to learn to turn off the radio NST. It's not good for our health to consume from our own consciousness this way. Just to put that sentence again, it's not good for our health to consume from our consciousness this way. In Plum Village, the retreat center in France, where I live, we focus on practicing mindful consumption of sensory food as well as edible food. Not only do we choose not to drink alcohol or eat meat, we also do our best to talk and think as little as possible while we are eating, drinking, washing dishes, or doing any other activity. This is because while walking, for example, if we are talking or thinking at the same time, we get caught up in the conversation or thoughts we are having and get lost into past or the future, our worries or our projects. People can easily spend their entire lives doing just that. What a tragic waste, the author says. Let us instead really live these moments that are given to us. In order to be able to live our life, we have to stop that radio inside. Turn off our internal discourse. How can we enjoy our steps if our attention is given over to all the mental chatter? It's important to become aware that we feel, not just what we think. It's a very powerful statement personally for me, so I'll read it again. It's important to become aware of what we feel, not just what we think. When we touch the ground with our foot, we should be able to feel our foot making the contact with the ground. When we do this, we can feel a lot of joy in just being able to walk. When we walk, we can invest all our body and mind into our steps and be fully concentrated in each precious moment of life. In focusing on that contact with earth, we stop being dragged around by our thoughts and begin to experience our body and an environment in a wholly different way. Our body is a wonder. Its functioning is the result of millions of processes. We can fully appreciate this only if we stop our constant thinking and have enough mindfulness and concentration to be in touch with the wonders of our body, the earth, and the sky. Okay. I'll just read that last part again and I think we'll stop there. In focusing on that contact with earth, we stop being dragged around by our thoughts and begin to experience our body and our environment in a wholly different way. Our body is a wonder. Its functioning is a result of millions of processes. We can fully appreciate this only if we stop our constant thinking and have enough mindfulness and concentration to be in touch with the wonders of our body, the earth, and the sky. Anybody wants to add on what you heard today? Anybody wants to speak out what you're thinking now? Do we walk like that? Are we sitting like that now?
maybe now, but not all the time. I mean,
now is the all the time, right? Don't think to make the now wasted now, right? Rashmi, Hemina, from whatever you heard.
I've been thinking what is Piyush? I pronounce this well.
yeah, that's right. Yes.
That he told that, yeah, now, and then Jamin mentioned that now it's all the time. I don't know. Sometimes for me, when I'm having many thoughts, I walk onto the grass without shoes. So in some way, it's a way to connect to the nature. And I don't know how, in some way to say how magical it's that to walk without shoes on the grass, because I'm thinking into connect with nature. So how does nature on some way has their mess and the order at the same time? Yeah. She doesn't want to control. So it's like immediate, in some way to say miracle when I'm walking without shoes on the grass.
No, beautiful.
So yeah, I do that often. But yeah, it's as Piyush mentioned that it's the challenge is that if you can increase that present moment, because sometimes you get distracted. So I wonder how many times does the brain or their mind could be on that state to be concentrate. So in plenty attention, because I could do maybe for half hour, or if I'm making some time of meditation, that depends, because I could increase into an hour. But after that, it becomes a challenge. The monkey thugs. So yeah, I'm in some way I feel as Piyush. That yeah, you can do it for a time, but sometime you get back. So maybe it's like an expansion and contraction, and then you integrate all the experience. That's how I see that to integrate the whole experience. Sometimes it's easy to be concentrate, and sometimes you don't. But maybe you can make a space in order that you can integrate both experience. So that's why I said that it's a contraction and expansion, because when you are that consciousness that you have this mind, monkey mind, and you integrate everything, it's an exercise from life maybe, or for one day. I don't know if I could say all life, because we have just one day at a time, because I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. So yeah, that's.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Hamina. And as one day at a time, I say it's one moment at a time, and that's it, right? Either we can be silent or be noisy by talking about silence. Yeah. So That's the choice we have to make all the time, and that's the choice we have. Whether when you're walking on grass, you're walking on grass. The need for continuity is noise. When I'm sitting on table, I'm sitting on table. When I'm having headache, I'm having headache. Can I see it fully? And just be with that, right? So maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe that's the way we could look at it, right? But I mean, who am I to tell? I was extremely stressed with my work yesterday. Not yesterday, 2 days back. Rashmi knows it, right? So it's funny. It's funny how we consume so much from our consciousness because of thinking, and that is what author was trying to point at, I guess. Okay, so if there are no further questions or comments or anything that you guys want to share, let's enter that 5 to 7 minutes or whatever it takes now to try and find that space, to try and find that silence, at least get a feel of it, right? So I invite you to sit comfortably with your back straight but relaxed, with your eyes closed or lightly focused. Take a deep breath and exhale. And while breathing in, know that you are breathing in. While breathing out, know that you are breathing out. Feel how the air feels while breathing in. A little colder maybe. And feel the air while breathing out. A little warmer maybe. Feel the different colors that your eyes are seeing. Even when they are closed. Feel your ears and what it's listening to. The small sounds and the louder sounds. Feel your body when you breathe in and breathe out. Then gently bring your attention fully back to your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. your mind wanders, don't conflict. Smile and bring your attention back to your breath. Observe the gap between your in-breath and out-breath. How does that gap feel? Now slowly try to open your eyes and come back fully to the session. Feel the space in which your body is sitting and feel the silence that you might have in your mind. Stretch if you need. See around if there is newness, if there is some new energy, if there is some freshness. Don't fool yourself, it's there. It's there if it's there. It's not if it's not. How do you feel?
How long was the duration today?
No idea.
Definitely more than 5.
I didn't keep the timer on, so I didn't know. Did you feel it too long?
No, no. I mean, I didn't feel it too long, but yeah, there was some distraction after the last minute. I kind of felt like, yeah, we have exceeded 8 minutes, I guess. So
Yeah, I didn't keep the timer today. I'm sorry. I didn't keep a track of it. We should keep a timer. We should keep a timer. How do you feel, Piyush, though?
it always feels nice after. I mean, after practicing this, after this kind of thing. I mean, I have too many thoughts in my mind, but then I try to control those thoughts in these 5, 6, 7 minutes that we do. And then once we are back to the session, it feels kind of calmer and relaxed and things like that. Yeah. So yeah, today while focusing on my thoughts, I observed few things like how quickly my thoughts jump. One distraction and I started thinking about something and that led to something else. And then I was just, I mean, wondering how quickly these thoughts are jumping. Yeah.
The beautiful part in this is you could see them.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how hard it is for somebody to see the sniffing thoughts. Like I'll give an analogy of a dog, right? It's playing in a garden with its owner, and it smells some food somewhere, and then sniff, and it's gone already a few kilometers somewhere, right? So that's how our thoughts are. It just starts with a small sniff, and then zurk, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Rashmi, Alessandra.
Yeah, for me, it's still a task to concentrate. So even little bit of distraction, yeah, I cannot concentrate on the breath, or I cannot control my. I mean, I try to control the thoughts, like you said, watch them. I'm not able to do that. So probably I need more practice.
How do you feel though, Rashmi, today?
Maybe for the first minute, yeah, I was able to do it, but then yeah, slowly my mind started wandering around, and then I started thinking. I mean, it just was in a loop, and then my daughter came and sat here, and then I just couldn't concentrate at all. Yeah.
Alessandra, Hamina.
I too had a bit of trouble concentrating today. Monkey was pretty active today. I had to like, okay, let's focus. You're wandering off. Let's focus on the breath. Or for example, I'd hear your voice and that would help me focus again. But I was having a little bit of trouble.
Amina?
For me, it was a very interesting part because, yeah, as Alessandro mentioned, that that a monkey mind, it jumped from one place to another. But I don't know why when we are, well, on my case, when we're making this exercise of breathing, how those thoughts becomes more structured. And yeah, as Alessandro mentioned that, you know, hearing your voice, it's very helpful. Yeah, I was having this sensation on my back, and I don't know how does that sensation on my back vanishes with the breathing. And it's not longer there. So I identified that I was stressed for some reason. And now it's like does that cause this to take from the past to the present moment? Why does I'm taking that past experience to this moment? You know, I have to live on this moment. So when we are making this meditation, yeah, it's like that, you know.
Yes, yes. No, very interesting. Very interesting. See how a minute or 2 or 5 minutes of just breathing, simple thing as breathing and silence, has such a profound impact. right? And otherwise we are just thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. And that's why I said there is no point intellectualizing silence, because it's very simple. The path to silence is silence, right? And just be silent, and it helps. But yeah, with that, at least I'll stop the recording.